Today we are going squirrel hunting. We're out here, we are at the chickens, and don't worry, I'm not just a floating head. I do have a face. I should also be kind of quiet because we're kind of close to the forest here. As you guys know, all of our chicks that we hatched, except for that one, became a rooster. Well, I guess it was a rooster in the first place, but it took me a while to figure it out. Yeah, now Mr. Cluck has a bunch of sons and one daughter. And this one right here, he just crowed. Like father, like son. I'm gonna step back and see if he'll crow again. Well, I just did it at the same time. That was kind of cool, but also you couldn't really hear it. But anyway, we are out here. We do have some supplies, of course, because you can't hunt without supplies. Well, I guess you could. I mean, I do have teeth and hands. I don't know. Anyway, we do have a 12 gauge out here. It is going to be a pretty easy hunt if we do see anything. But there are still a lot of leaves on the trees, so we can't really use a 22 as good. 22 is more for like whenever the leaves are off the trees and you can't get close to the squirrels. So yeah, we definitely have leaves left on the trees, and we're going to take full advantage of that and get as close to the squirrels as we can. And yeah, that's about it. So now he's gonna start. It's gonna take a lot longer now to make an intro. Unless I just eat him. All right, let's go. Shh. So there's like a little flat that comes up to the top of this hill right there. Probably can't see it through the trees, but I'm gonna go up there. And I usually have pretty good luck there, so I'm gonna sit under a tree and I'm gonna see if I can like wait for something to pop out. Because I think this area should be loaded with squirrels this time of year. So maybe they heard me or saw me come in. It won't take them long though to forget, so we'll check. And if there's nothing else, we'll move on back that way somewhere and find some more trees. So as you probably heard, there was a squirrel right above me, and it was right down there in that tree. I couldn't see it to get a shot, but I know it didn't take off because none of the trees moved around it. So it's probably still up there, probably watching me like, you know, right now. Or we're gonna shoot it because, you know, that's what we're doing here. So I'm gonna just like sit here for a minute, give it a little time, maybe it'll come back out. If not, we'll like go back that way some more. Okay, I think the wind is going that way. We should be downwind from them. I usually don't pay attention to that with squirrel hunting, and I'm not going to now either. Oh! Whatever that was, it probably like just found a hole or something in that tree and hid in it, or it's just like, you know, watching me right now and knows that I'm still here. And I actually hear nuts falling behind me. I'm not for sure if it's nuts, but it's either nuts or raindrops the size of my fist. So it's probably just nuts. So there might be some squirrels back there dropping them. I don't know. So we're gonna turn around and go back there and see if we see anything in these two hickory trees right there and there. Now, I'm just a tree. I couldn't tell you how many squirrels I've actually shot out of this tree. I'm just joking, it's been like 4. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna try to kill a squirrel. Alright guys, so I sat here a while and I haven't seen anything or heard anything. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and head on up that way and we're gonna see if we can see anything up there. It's higher up on the ridge line, so maybe those nuts got ripe faster and they're eating there first. I'm not really for sure, but I do know squirrels are not here. Unless of course they are and I just don't see them or hear them or smell them. Definitely don't feel or taste them either. That's a big acorn. Pretty sure there's a couple right above me. Guys, there's number 2. We've got 2 squirrels now. Wait a second, did he just say second squirrel? Yes, he did say, and by he I mean me. What's up guys, it's me, Beardless Derek from the future, and I just wanted to say that for one, I don't have a beard. As you can see, no beard. And secondly, I just wanted to say, you know, that wasn't the second squirrel, was it? Well, actually it was. So what actually happened was, yeah, I was sitting right where I am right now, as you can see, the same exact place. And well, I didn't know it, but yeah, my camera, the file got corrupted because the battery died and I didn't restore it. So yeah, I didn't get me shooting the first squirrel, but here, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of what happened. So, okay, number 1, I was looking down that way. Of course, there were leaves on the trees then because, I don't know, there was just leaves on the trees, which by the way, happened in like a week and a half. So wasn't even that long ago. I know it looks completely different considering I have no beard and there's no trees. Wait a second, no, there's still trees, they just don't have leaves. But anyway, they were down there in those trees. I saw a squirrel. It was like jumping back and forth. So here's what that looked like. Yeah, that's basically all I did. So after a couple of minutes, they just started working their way this way, and then they went up in this tree, which obviously I couldn't see it then because there was leaves everywhere. So just imagine there's leaves everywhere. After a couple of minutes, I was just sitting here in the same exact spot, you know, and I saw a little tiny head poke out right in there. It was on that branch right there, and it just poked its head out. So I was like, oh my God, there's a squirrel. So then it started coming across right here, and then I just like, you know, shot it right there, and it fell down to the ground like right in there. So yeah, you'll see me pick it up here in a minute. So then it got to the point where I just sat here for a minute. Then I realized my camera was dead, so I put the battery back in. I thought I got the footage, but apparently I didn't. So now we're where the video picks back up. Okay, bye, have a nice day. I know there's at least one more in this tree up here. It's not the tree right there, it's the one behind it. I don't know if we're gonna get it before the sun comes up too much, but we'll see. I'm gonna sit here a few more minutes and see if anything else comes back out. Number 3. All right guys, I'm pretty sure that's the last one that's in that tree. But I mean, even if it's not, I'll leave a couple of them. My limit is 6. I've got 3, so I could definitely get more, but I'm not going to. So here's the first one, and wow, he still has the nut that he was chewing in his mouth. Dang, that's pretty cool. I've never killed a squirrel like that before. But yeah, I was up here, and this is where I shot the first 2 at. But as you can see, the sun is shining right through here, and it was kind of blinding me, but I did see some leaves moving up there. So I got up and I snuck down here, as you guys saw. And then after I passed this tree up right here, I looked right up there in the forks, and it was sitting there squawking at me. So I shot it, and now we have it. So let's see if we can get this one that came over here. I don't even know where it landed at. There he is. Looks like he's got it. Ow. And that wasn't the last squirrel. I just heard another one. I fell. But we're gonna settle for 3. Here's the first one we shot. Yeah, nice looking squirrel. Pretty decent size. See if we can get up the hill without dying. There's number 2. Actually, number 1 and 3. Now we gotta go get number 2. I think it shot out of that tree. Well, it got shot out of that tree. Yeah, I think he's down here somewhere. Oh, look at that. We got a big granddaddy turtle here. What are you doing, dude? Don't mind me. Just killing some squirrels. You probably don't mind. Shot him out of this tree. So I don't know where he went. He was on this side of it. Should be right down here. Oh, I think I see him. Yeah, there he is. How you doing there, squirrel? And there is number 3. Second one we shot, but it's the 3rd one we found, you know. All right. There we go. We got all 3 of our squirrels and an extra beech nut too. Not too bad. 3 shots and 3 squirrels, but you know, we are using a shotgun close range, so there's not much room to miss, but it's possible. And I think I'm actually going to cook these over a campfire and just roast them. I've done it before and they are so good. They honestly don't even need like salt or anything whenever they're roasted over a campfire. It could probably use a little bit of salt at least, but they don't need it. And we are back. How's it going? You're doing a lot better. I'm not gonna cook both of the squirrels. I mean, all of the squirrels. I'm only gonna cook one because I am gonna be roasting this over a fire, and I don't wanna waste them both like that because it might not turn out as good as it usually does. Are you serious, Mr. Cluck? We're about to have us a rooster catch and cook also. And it ain't gonna be his son. None of them. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna kill them all. I like have to wait until all of them's done crowing and all of them's done clucking, and I can just talk for maybe 5 seconds. And the ducks, they're not helping either, okay? They're kind of loud also. Why did I get more birds? So let's go ahead and skin it up, and we'll cook this sucker over a campfire, which we have to build also. All right, so I think I'm gonna keep this one to roast over the campfire. Not for any particular reason, it's just the first one I picked out. guys, there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get the seasonings and stuff, because well, it might taste all right over a campfire without anything on it, but it's definitely gonna be better if I have some salt and pepper. So I'm gonna go get that, and then we'll go up here and cook us up a squirrel. Whoa, look at that, I'm back. So I've got all the stuff we need. Now we're gonna head on up into the hills and see if we can find us a spot to build us a campfire and cook this squirrel. Right here looks like a pretty good spot. I have to clear out some of those little branches hanging above it so that it doesn't catch them on fire, but looks like a pretty good spot though. We're actually not far from the chickens either. They're just like right there through that brush, but hey, we're still in the forest. Alright, so we got us a spot cleared out here. All these leaves were wet anyway, but I went ahead and raked them away from the area. I'm just gonna sit here the whole time and make sure the fire doesn't spread. And if it does, then I'll just like, you know, stomp it out or something. So now let's get some firewood. Oh, that's not a piece of stick, that is a piece of fence. Get rid of that. Alright, let's see if we can get this fire going. Got some paper here to help me out, because you know, I don't know. All right, let's try this again. All right guys, I actually went and got some cardboard. We're gonna make this a little bit easier. It just rained last night, so yeah, everything's still wet. All right, that was a little bit easier. It is growing, but very, very slowly. What it is all the sticks are still wet too, so it's got to evaporate all the water and then burn it. So it may or may not work. I don't really know. When the sun goes down, you know where I'll be. All right, guys, looks like that cardboard helped a lot. It started now, so now we have to get the squirrel ready. So I've actually got to get us a roasting stick, and I'm thinking this tree looks pretty good. I want to use wet wood so that it doesn't want to burn, and I can get it pretty close to the fire. So I'm going to chop that down like about right there. And we'll come down here and cut the branches off. There we go. Let's go ahead and put our squirrel on the stick here. There we go. And for seasoning, I've actually got some of this pink Himalayan salt. It's basically just regular salt, just pink. And some pepper. And that should be all we need, because the smoke's actually going to add a lot of flavor to it. Huh, I just found a very old 20 gauge shell right where we're cooking our squirrel. Probably what they were using it for. So here goes our squirrel. Let's roast him. It's starting to smell really good, guys, already. And you can probably hear that airplane. Come on, bro. I'm trying to record a video in the middle of the woods. Have some manners. Jeez. Alright, so I've kind of got it rigged up here. As you can see, there's like a stick holding it up on that side, and it's shoved into the ground over on this side. So I'm actually just going to let it cook there, and we'll be back when it's finished. Alright guys, I think our squirrel here is done, and actually our stick has been burned in half. But we still have the squirrel on this half, so we're good to go. I'm pretty sure it's done.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, as you can see, I overcooked it like a lot, especially on this side. I did this side mostly because there's not a lot of meat here anyway. And I wanted to get it as done as I could, and I kind of left the back side of the legs there away from the fire most of the time, and up here around the shoulders, I kind of left that away from the fire. So yeah, I'm not saying that I'm an expert, because you know, obviously, that's a little overcooked, but I don't like food poisoning, okay? And I'd much rather have an overcooked squirrel than an undercooked squirrel. So I'm gonna set it down here on this rock. Of course, the burnt side down, because I'm not gonna be eating the ashes anyway. We're gonna let it cool down, and then we'll give it a taste. All right, guys, here we go. Let's try our crispy squirrel out. All right, got us a nice little piece here. This is actually the back leg. I don't know what to bite first. Okay, yeah, it's all completely cooked, so we're safe. That is so good, guys. It looks disgusting on so many levels, but it is amazing. I can tell it's fully cooked, but it's still very, very juicy, and it's actually kind of tender. Usually squirrel's like a tougher meat, but I think part of the reason this one is so good is because one, that it was young, and two, it's fresh. It hasn't ever been frozen, so I don't know, maybe that retains some of the water in the meat. I don't really know, but all I know is it tastes pretty good. This is definitely one of my favorite ways to make squirrel. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this squirrel off, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing. And yeah, see you guys later.